Hi, friends. You know the phrase, all's well that ends well. However, sometimes all's well when things just end. We've come to the end of this course, but not the end of our process. I think you've picked up on from me that my emphasis was not that you would master something in these 8 weeks, but that you would initiate something. That you would take on a kind of seeing, a situational awareness as a leadership competency that I've tried to get through and baptize it with the kind of prophetic insight that the men and women of old had as they looked upward listening and looked outward seeing, and their mouth bridged the gap between the two as they expressed their love for God and awakened the people of God to their love with their missional audit criteria. I want to finish up our time reading a passage that we read when we first began. It's from A.W. Tozer. You may recall these words, but that's what's on my mind after reading your papers and seeing the work that you did and all the diversity of organizations that you're a part of and that you found curious and that were interesting to you. It's that passage that we need the gift of prophetic insight again from Tozer. He says, it is needed desperately today. What is needed desperately today is prophetic insight. Scholars can interpret the past. It takes prophets to interpret the present. Learning will enable a man to pass judgment on our yesterdays, but it requires a gift of clear seeing to pass sentence on our own day. 100 years from now, historians will know what was taking place religiously in this year of our Lord. But that will be too late for us. We should know right now. Another kind of religious leader must arise among us. This one must be of the old prophet type, one who's seen visions of God and has heard a voice from the throne. And when they come, and I pray there will not be one, but there will be many, they will stand in flat contradiction to everything our smirking, smooth civilization holds dear. They will contradict, denounce, and protest in the name of God, and will earn the hatred and opposition of a large segment of Christendom. Such a person is likely to be lean, rugged, blunt-spoken, and a little bit angry with the world. They will love Christ and the souls of humanity to the point of willingness to die for the glory of one and the salvation of the other. But they will fear nothing that breathes with mortal breath. We need to have the gifts of the Spirit restored again in the church. And it is my belief that the one gift we need most now is the gift of prophecy. Despite our bumps in the road, the technological shake around, at least that I went through, and some of you have reported that you went through, this has been an important conversation. These were important seeds to get into the ground and to see what might grow from them. I think as we invest John 15 abiding around these things, that this might be a class that sneaks up on you for years to come. Remember, the categories and the criteria for the missional audits that you did came out of you. Came out of your observations. That is the report. That you now have a lens for seeing. You have criteria for judgment. And many of you who went beyond 5 to 7 and know that you have many more that you might use, I think this might start collecting up on you. And as you take out the mental model of theories of change, theories of program change, the logic model that you could use to explain to a team member, no, this is the thing that must come next. This is the necessary step that will activate transformation. We must go there. You will grow in a confidence, competence, and a credibility to bring the values of Missio Dei to bear on the need at hand in our generation, in our time, the way Tozer calls for it. It's been a privilege to work with you. I am the recipient of your generosity and your graciousness as I had to do my learning and struggling in front of you. There was no way to hide how difficult this was to master all of the pieces it took to have a cogent and cohesive experience together. If you pass me in the hallways or see me in an airport, stop me. Refresh me of where we met, because the pictures that I have of some of you are little tiny pictures that Regent uploads. Introduce yourself and let's be friends, spiritual friends for a long, long time. It's been my privilege to work with you. Take these words with you.